Mr. Dean Persad, President of the Online Gaming Association. Mr. Persad, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
Well, I wish I could say better, but every time it seems there's an issue where they're squeezing the small man, somebody sitting in the comfort of their home or office come up with a plan, and somehow it doesn't benefit the masses whatsoever. What are they asking now of these online agents?
Yeah, so quite right. I agree with you. So good night to your viewers. What NLCB is asking agents to do now is to collect court pay fines, maintenance fees, traffic fees, and things like that. Which to me is a very dangerous thing, and not only dangerous, it's disrespectful to the association because we have not been consulted on this. And if they consult with us, we will let them know our views and the risk involved, and maybe they will reconsider or maybe look to do it a different way. But they are totally disrespectful to us, and we are not consulted on these things. So what they want us to do is to sell vouchers for fees, right, ranging from, as you have it in front of you, they're from $20 to $8,000.
Yeah.
And the compensation for that, Mikey, to put everything in a nutshell, because I know we press for time. The compensation for that is $1 per transaction in some cases, and 50 cents, 50 cents.
Could you repeat that, please, Mr. Persad? Repeat that. How much
The
commission?
compensation for collecting these fees, these fines, on behalf of the government or whatever agency, the payment for that in some cases is $1 per transaction, and in other cases 50 cents per transaction. This is in TT currency, right? I mean, you tell me, how disrespectful is that? How risky is that for agents to come on board to do these things, to add more work to your terminal,
All right,
and to be compensated with 50 cents?
Yeah, let's make sure people understand this. So you're talking about if you have to pay, people have to pay face mask fines, traffic tickets issued before 26th of May 2020, any other court ordered fine, lawyer practicing fine. Is it child maintenance as well? Maintenance as well, right?
Maintenance, yes. I suspect that is maintenance in terms of marital issues and so on.
Right. And out of all of that, $1 and sometimes only 50 cents per transaction. Now you're talking about all this money coming in at this point in time where people jump in your wall, people hiding behind whatever, again putting someone's life at risk for $1 and sometimes 50 cents.
Yes.
Now, how is this going to add up? Because when this bulk of money comes in, you have to then get it from your location into the banking system. Is that easily done, or do you have to fill out a declaration of funds?
No, you have to do the physical thing, and we already have a inefficient banking system situation, and NLCB is totally aware of that. We have been begging them to try and sort out that issue where, imagine you have your funds to collect, and you're not even making any real effort to collect that funds properly, right? So you have agents depositing their funds on a Monday morning, and 2 weeks after, the banks are not remitting those funds to NLCB. And what NLCB does, the easiest thing that they could do, to press your machine. After they make some calls or emails or whatever they're claiming that they're doing, and then it's for the agent now to go and find themselves in the bank and try to sort out the issue, and then pay a reactivation fee of $500. Now you tell me, Mikee K, and I am speaking to the general public here now, you tell me if that is fair to the agents, right? Given that there are some delinquent agents, yes, but we have 95% of the agents are cooperating and doing what they're supposed to do. You tell me if this is fair to agents.
No, it can't be fair. I wonder who comes up with these things sometimes when in fact that they should be working with many of these agents, because it's quite sure, well, we're quite certain that the ones who are doing the illegal thing, they don't have to pay taxes, they have no statutory commitment, none of these things that they live up to. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing goes back to the treasury, nothing goes back, of course, to help the people of Trinidad and Tobago. But yet still they're operating in the open. Sometimes you see members of the TTPS, let's call it for what it is, even standing in the line and playing and somewhat condoning this nonsense. But
and
here,
they have the protection. They have the protection.
and they have the protection. That's right.
Yeah.
Now here it is, you have people who are paying their taxes, paying for their machines, paying their employees, have to make their contributions as well. But
insurance to protect the money, security to protect the machines.
All of that. All of that. But no one seems to be meeting them halfway when it comes to NLCB. No one seems to say, listen, how can we make this thing a win-win situation for the agents and for NLCB? It doesn't seem to be that way. It seems as though the agents are always at a disadvantage. And not only that, one has to look at the security factor involved as well.
Yeah, and we have ideas that we could give to them, and we have offered these ideas that will benefit both the agents and NLCB. And I don't understand why they're not taking these advice. I mean, even Mikee K, if a customer or a client comes to pay a fine with a credit card or a debit card, right?
Right.
That machine in your business place is not hooked up to NLCB's account. So we now have to go into the bank, and even if we have to transfer it, if it's the same bank, we have to transfer that. The bank charge on that is $8. And you're giving us $1, and you're giving us 50 cents.
Yeah, so you're coming out on the bad end of the stick, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
We losing there. We losing. Right?
It's costing you about $8, but your commission is only $1 or 50 cents.
Or 50 cents, and this is per transaction, not dependent on the size of the ticket, meaning the price of the ticket or whatever. There's no commission on that, It's $1 per transaction, and we are already receiving that for flow payments and for digital and for home entertainment and for water bills and so on. At $1 per transaction. So you're now going to add extra funds to all of this in an already inefficient banking system that doesn't remit the funds on time. So agents are now responsible for more money than NLCB at a rate of 50 cents.
More money.
Come on NLCB, listen to us. I mean, we are the face of NLCB, Mikee, but like NLCB trying to disfigure our face.
I have had discussions with Mr. Nancis, of course, I believe the chairman. He seems like a nice guy. He seems to be that way. He's basically saying that his hands are tied. He said, Mikee boy, it's not easy. But I said, but that's your job. That's what you signed on for. And one would think that you would want to leave there even better than how you met it, Mr. Nancis. So these are simple things that you said, consultation, calling Mr. Persad, calling his team, see how best you can work out these kinks, and let's have a win-win situation, because now you have to manage more money, less security, and the commission doesn't even add up.
It doesn't add up, man. And I mean, as you say, Mr. Nancis is a very nice gentleman. I mean, the people at NLCB are nice people, right? But they're not listening to us. They're not taking our advice. We're on the ground. We could tell them what to do, what is happening. I mean, we have customers abusing us, right? You saw the incident with the operator was refusing, according to what is alleged, that she was refusing to change that ticket for $5.
Yeah.
You know what NLCB did to that agent? After they claimed that they did some investigation, they shut down the man machine for a month. For 1 month, I had to get involved and say, but NLCB, you're losing money. You're losing money. Look at the deposit the guy is making every week. And you shut him down because some member of the public did a video and say, this agent, this operator doesn't want to change a $5 ticket. I mean, a $5 ticket, right, is $150 or some kind of thing. If you get a mega ball, you get $500. You shut down a man machine for a month for that.
Yeah, but let me ask you, Mr. Persad, is there any prior warning before these things take place?
Well, they are claiming that they make phone calls, they send email out to you, they send WhatsApp messages, right? But I mean, if you don't get a response from the agent, you don't suppress the machine in a week time, because the bank's taking 2 weeks to remit the funds. The banks. Listen, an official at the FCB told me that they have inefficient situation there with the transit people who the security firm that transfers the money and so on to the main check-in clearing house to check the money and so on. So those are all problems that are outside the remit of the agents. So don't penalize us for that. We can't after we make that deposit, Mikee K, right? you know that after we make a deposit, it is out of our hands.
I think the time has come for NLCB to put some members of your organization either in a group where some consultation could take place. If any problem arises, as you said, these are the people who are working day in, day out. They know what's happening on the ground. And some sort of information consultation. Say, listen, Mr. Persad, we have an issue over here. And let's try to work these things out before you suppress or shut down somebody's machine.
That's right. I mean, when you shut down a machine, when NLCB shuts down a machine, and I hope the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance is listening, when NLCB shuts down a machine for a very insignificant reason, they lose 92% of the sales of that agent. 92%. I mean, how is that making any kind of business sense? You tell me who in the world is that making any kind of business sense?
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
Closing comment, go right ahead. I mean, something has to happen. Go ahead.
Right. Closing comment is that I will take it out of something that you just said, and that is that they should have me and maybe two other agents that I could recommend to be on certain committees or when they have it making certain decisions. And I already made that decision to them, that suggestion to them, right? I have not heard anything about it. So I'm hoping that NLCB understands that the agents we want to work with them. We have ideas, brilliant ideas that will benefit both parties, the agents and three parties, the agents, the NLCB and the country itself. So I want them to listen to us and call us in for a meeting and see if we could rectify this and other issues that we have.
And we're calling on Mr. Nances. We're going to send him this show. He looks at the show. He looks at the Observer. He told me that. So Mr. Nances, please reach out to Mr. Persad and his organization and get some folks on board who could actually get this thing streamlined and work out all these hiccups, please. Because it doesn't make sense. It has to be a win-win situation. The crime situation is out of control and people have to manage more money for less, and they're at risk as far as their own personal security.
And it doesn't add up. The compensation does not add up.
It doesn't.
It's not worth the risk. And a lot of agents are saying that they will not be doing it.
All right, Mr. Persad, I want to thank you so much for taking time out here. We will be updating the folks on this. Again, we'll reach out to Mr. Nances. Something has to be done. It simply does not make sense. All the best to you and your entire team. Thank you.